Hey everyone, let's take a quick look at AMC. Last time I checked this stock was just a couple weeks back. I believe I pointed this out, this wedge pattern that was forming. A lot of bulls probably thought this was like a cup and handle or a bull flag forming, and they were hoping for a big breakout, or they were just getting complacent, thinking AMC trading at $50 plus, that's the norm now, and they were getting complacent because it was staying within that range. But here was a sell signal right there, in my opinion, once it broke that support trend line and closed below it. That was a sell signal, and you could see how it's reacted right after that. And it's been on a downtrend. When you look, you got your high, low, lower high, double top right there, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Still on a downtrend. It's getting overextended to the downside now, but it's not oversold on the daily yet. It's not even close to oversold on the weekly yet, but it is oversold on the 4-hour time frame. The RSI is only 21 on the 4-hour time frame, which is quite low, and it is oversold on the hourly time frame. The RSI is 23.88 on the hourly time frame. What might be the signal that it's going to bounce or reverse, at least temporarily? Well, right now you got lower highs hour after hour continuing into the aftermarket, where you got AMC setting lower highs hour after hour. Once that pattern breaks, that could be the signal for a short-term trend change or bounce. Now, we did break this clear support line, obviously, and we headed right to that next support line that I was looking at, which was the low of this candle, which was that big day, went up 100% that day. And it broke the low of that day, which is very notable because that day had the highest volume, 766 million shares. That means a lot of people jumped in that day that it went up 100%. And now every single person who bought that day is sitting in the red bag holding. So that's going to provide significant resistance on any bounce attempts as people are looking to cut their losses, sell at break even, or sell with a small profit. And that day had the highest volume. And from my other videos, if you watched, big high volume spikes after uptrends like this often signal at least temporary tops or bottoms. But it did spike here and it did go higher. So it's not always the case, but this volume was the highest spike, and that was the most definite temporary top now. Now, I'm not going to get in on the debate whether this will squeeze further or not. Let's just stick to the charts. Right now, the next supports that I'm looking at is this 100-day moving average, $23.66. I don't think it's going to go that low before bouncing. The low of this candle right there, $28.53. I think that would be the clear support that I would be looking at. That's also the low of that big breakout week, $28.53. So if you can bottom fish around that support, possibly put a stop loss below, I don't think it's going to go much lower anyways right now in the short term, because it is getting quite a bit oversold on the hourly and the 4-hour time frames. And I'm sure there's some people looking to buy the dip, and I'm sure there's a lot of short positions that people are looking to cover. And for that reason, between people buying the dip and shorts looking to cover their short positions and take some profits, I do believe we will see a bounce soon. And I do think that bounce is going to happen above that $28 mark. That's what I think. I think if we gap down tomorrow, that could be a signal. If it gaps down, that could be a signal for a short-term buy, for a bounce to upwards of this previous support line, which now might be a resistance. So if it gaps down, could be a potential buy for a trade up to this resistance area. It's not financial advice. That's what I would think. If it gaps up, That's a different story. Then we're going to see, can it break the high of today, $39.13? And if so, then it could possibly head towards that 8-day moving average. But I don't think that's going to happen because it was already trading down in the aftermarket. So the first clues of a reversal would be the change in the hourly trend because it's setting lower highs hour after hour. That would be the first clue. Second thing is just that gap downs in general are for buying. So if we do get another gap down, could be a buy signal. And we do have 1, 2. This wasn't a gap down because it opened still within the range of the previous day. So I wouldn't consider that really a gap down. If we get another gap down, though, we would have 3 clear gap downs. And that could be a sign of a reversal because 3 gap downs is a reversal pattern. So I do see some potential for a bounce here. That's my thought. I would exercise caution. I think this is a very risky and somewhat unpredictable stock. So if you do enter any bounce bullish trades, make sure to have a stop loss because who knows how crazy it can get. We have a little bit of a volume spike today. Not huge, 137 million volume. That's nothing in comparison to the 766 million volume day. But it is a little bit of a volume spike, and volume spikes tend to signal temporary reversal. So I think if we gap down, we'll probably get some short covering and bulls buying the dip around that $30, $29 psychological support area, and we could see a temporary bounce on AMC. I would say I wouldn't be shorting at this point. Like going bullish on this stock, I think is risky, but I think, the lower it goes, the more favorable a bullish trade becomes on this stock because of how many short positions people are looking to cover and how many bulls are looking to play this dip buying opportunity, I'm sure. But I wouldn't be going short here, that's for sure, because after a move like this to the downside, after a little bit of a volume spike, after it's already oversold, it wouldn't make sense to, the risk to reward, to potential reward, wouldn't make sense to go short here. So I would only be looking for a bounce play. That's my opinion. Thanks for watching the video. Remember to do your own due diligence. This is not financial advice. It's a very risky stock. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and visit my website, 10baggerstocks.com. I offer a course. I'm going to teach you in the course of how to analyze stocks the way I do. And that course is going to go on sale next month. And I'm also planning to offer a subscription service. I'm planning to offer it at a very reasonable price. And basically, I'm going to give you detailed breakdowns with entry and exit areas on stocks and a lot more with my subscription. I'll give you more details as the time gets closer, because that's going to happen around September. I plan to release that. So in the meantime, you guys could get to know me better and see if you like my analysis or not, and whether you'd want to support the services that I'm offering. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, guys.